Now that the kitchen's pretty much wrapped up, what I have to do here in the living room is I have to put an outside outlet right here. So you'll have an outlet on the outside. I have to put an outside light here. With the option is we can put lights at the same distance on both sides if you would like. If you want 2 lights for your front door. I feel the same way. It's not necessary. It can go either side of the door.
I mean, the screen door has to have one on each side.
That one's different. So the screen, so then what we're gonna do here, of course I can't do it right now because this is in the way. So I'm gonna try and get everything else done and then come tackle this fixture. Somewhere right in here, we'll have a ceiling fan bracket. And then whatever fan you decide to put in, you'll have. It'll be connected via switch here and switch there. That option is you can put dimmer switches on both sides or dimmer switch on one side, either one. Or no dimmer switches. You don't have to dim it, you can just have on, off.
And we gotta keep it semi-far away, because if we put the TV there, which is, we have quite a large TV.
It has to, so I was thinking probably put it, excuse me, probably put it in this one here, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the wall. It doesn't quite center it.
It's one off,
It's one off.
but it's gonna be one off either way.
Right. It's one off, but it keeps you in the living room, but away from the wall. Oh, that's in the garbage. You want to see where the garbage is? Your daddy made a garbage bag. It's in the laundry room. So then on this door, you're going to get an outside outlet down here. Do you want 4 outlets outside or 2?
2 should be plenty, because shouldn't we put 2 over there?
So we're gonna have an outside outlet here. I'm gonna have a light fixture here, and the light fixture here
On the outside.
on the outside, same distance from the door.
There's a lot of sun showing up there.
A lot of sun showing.
Like that
Oh, yeah.
plastic piece isn't even touching.
So it
anything.
gets,
How did you screw that in?
so when this door gets finished, it'll get a 3/4 inch board in on the bottom of this.
You shot it in there?
It'll just be put in, it'll be nailed up, and then it'll be screwed from the outside,
Okay,
wrapped and recut.
okay.
Yeah, because they make us, when they give us the rough opening, this is what you get.
We could have cut it less though, couldn't we? We could have cut it 3/4 of an inch shorter.
Yeah, but then we would have fought with the door to try to get the door. So
And
those
then-
kind of things I don't worry about.
And then we're going kind of in the middle here, because otherwise we're gonna have like this negative
Right.
white space here. Maybe the dining room table will sit like here-ish, because the couch has to go here at the farthest end, preferably even further forward, but, okay.
Before we drywall, we have to run an electrical line underneath and pop up somewhere here. We have to run a separate circuit down, over, and up. And it has to be on a GFI protected breaker. It can't be a GFI switch, outlet. Because,
What's the difference?
so a GFI protected breaker is in the box. So say this one or the other one, who's not here yet,
If we get one, yeah. If we have one.
comes along here and dumps a 2-liter bottle of Coke into that outlet. It doesn't pop here. It pops there in the breaker box and kills the whole circuit. There's no chance of a fire starting because somebody shorted out this outlet. Now, it'll be in a protected metal cover in the finished floor. But,
We're gonna have it like able to close it, open it, close it, like you see in the old houses where they have the metal
in the
like.
floor, and the reason they do this, because if you have a mobile, say you've got a mobile
Island
Island. Or you don't have an island here, but you wanna move your dining room table in because you gotta plug a computer in because somebody's doing homework.
Yeah,
You've got an outlet right here. You're not running an extension cord over to that outlet. You're not sliding your table over to the wall.
yeah.
It's just a convenience.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. You can't see the floor, but we're putting an outlet, an outlet, right? In the floor, in the middle of the kitchen. We don't currently have an island, but that's one of their big.
My
for
biggest
guests,
complaint,
for their island at their house,
I actually-
they don't have electric running through
I
it.
threatened to sue the contractor because they built this beautiful island with this beautiful butcher block, handmade butcher block top, and didn't put an outlet in the island. And it is a pain in the butt to not have that outlet there. Anytime we use anything, air fryer, blender,
It all has to
anything,
sit on the
it's all gotta go
countertops.
on the countertops,
Yeah,
because
so-
somebody
Yeah. So
didn't think ahead.
we're just putting the electric in, we're not gonna have it like,
It's not even gonna be on,
Yeah.
what it'll be is it'll just be here with we might not even cut the hole
yeah,
until we get ready to install the finished floor.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be piped over, and that one may be piped. We may just run it through a couple pieces of pipe, run the romex out, leave it stubbed in the crawl space, have it hooked up in the breaker box with the breaker and everything, and then all we have to do then is install the outlet once we know exactly where it goes. Because we might not want it exactly in the center.
yeah.
We may want it off, so.
And that's another thing, so we did romex, which I'm still regretting. In Illinois, or where a lot of places and homes have codes, you have to put your electric through a metal pipe, right?
It has to be piped through actual approved conduit,
Yeah.
1/2 inch and 3/4 inch conduit.
Which is what we had to do for our basement when we lived up north. So that was the other option we looked into, and the other one was commercial
Yeah, it
wiring or piping,
was called something else. It was flexible,
flexible metal.
but it wasn't a greenfield. It was an actual flexible conduit that was either metal or wrapped in metal. I don't know anything about it. I've never seen it used before. We didn't use it up north.
And that's what they use. What I understand is it's very commercial. It's used a lot of times in commercial builds, not homes. But it was cheaper. We looked into it because it was cheaper than doing it with whatever the standard code electric is. We had an electrician come out locally who convinced me to go romex. He said he did romex.
And we
In
have
his house,
romex in ours.
They have romex. I worry because there's such a big rodent issue. We're in the middle of the woods. We're in the country. Mom and Dave have found rodents, not in their cabinets, but seen the.
Oh
what's it
no,
called?
we've had rodents come running
Have you
across the
actually seen
kitchen
them?
floor
Oh, you have?
with the cats in hot pursuit.
Yeah, so I really was leaning against romex because I worry that if they chew up the wire in the wall, we have to tear out drywall, lots of drywall to fix it or find it or whatever it might be. But we were talking about a difference of like anywhere between $6,000 to $12,000
And here's the other thing.
from
If-
romex versus the commercial to the code.
Yeah, romex I can install. Pipe I can install. The issue is I cannot install it by myself because to pull all that wire through the pipe and get it where it's going and lay it out and get it all done, you need professional help. The romex, what I did as a nod to Sarah's concerns is romex, and when you do regular wire, when you pull wire, it's 14 gauge. And the reason they use 14 gauge is the outlets are designed, the switches and the outlets are designed for 14 gauge, so you can plug the wire. You can plug the wire right in to the back of the outlet. And when you do that, it just clips in, and you don't have to do anything with these screws, if you can see that. I went with 12 gauge wire instead of 14. The lower the number, the higher the gauge. it is a colossal pain in the butt to use, as you'll see when you watch my video on putting in the dimmer switch. It's a lot stiffer, it's a lot thicker, it's a lot heavier. It will never get overloaded. And that's what we worry about with the electric in here, with it being where we're at, running romex, being out in the middle of nowhere. If you have a fire out here, as good as our fire department is, your house is burned for 20 minutes before somebody gets to you, at least. We don't want that. So we went with a heavier gauge wire, a more expensive wire, and the assurance that we don't have to worry about overloading wire. And I'm running a lot of stuff, and that's what we'll show you with the next part of what we're doing. We're running a lot of stuff on its own circuits. The kitchen can lights are on a circuit by themselves. All of the outlets in the living room are on a circuit by themselves. The outlets in the kitchen are on it by themselves. The refrigerator and the microwave are on 2 different circuits. So the kitchen right now, even before we do what we need to do to finish it, has 3 separate circuits running on the wire. It'll never overload.
Sorry about the shaking. The baby is pulling wiring and it's wrapped in the
He heard me say I needed help pulling, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
So the refrigerator's right here. Then we've got the stove, correct? Which is electric.
Oh, you have the plan. I don't.
The sink is going here, right under the window, centered. And then the dishwasher. The discussion is, do we put a light above the sink?
Did you put an outlet in for a stove right there?
Not yet.
Because I'm pretty sure my layout's the same as yours, where it goes sink, dishwasher, space, stove.
Oh, well then the stove will go over there. Oh, you know what?
We might have
Scratch everything I just said, because the microwave goes above the stove, and the microwave goes right here. Yeah, see? So, refrigerator, cabinets, oh yeah, what am I thinking? Refrigerator, cabinets, sink, dishwasher, stove. We're going to put a light directly above this light, this window.
where the sink is gonna be.
Otherwise, the only way to light the kitchen up is to turn the can lights on. Now, as you'll see here, these can lights are great.
Hold on, let me show you.
All that light is from 2 light bulbs right now. Now, I can put light bulbs in 2 more of them, but I've got to get inserts for the last 2. This place is going to be lit up really well. But who wants to come out at 5 o'clock in the morning or 5:30 in the morning when it's still dark and, Bubba, don't hit the light stand with a hammer. Who wants to come out at 5 o'clock in the morning and don't drop it on your toes? And come out and flip all these lights on. You just turn on the little light above the kitchen sink.
Or
Done.
dim. He dimmed.
Yeah, these do dim.
Hold on, let me come up so you can
And
see
I
it.
showed this in my video.
Oh, you did, okay.
And they dim down pretty well.
Yeah.
So that's this part of the electric. And that's all we've got left to do is just a couple of small things. And the living room is complete, finally.
Careful coming down.
You want me to help you?
He already fell off a dining room chair this morning, broke the dining room chair. It was at somebody else's house. Hopefully it'll be okay.
Because he's 2 and he's awesome. Okay, so now we're in the laundry room area. And you can see behind the ladder, you can see what I'm doing here with trying to be as neat as possible, running power into the box. I've already got everything labeled on the cover for the breaker box, so we don't have to worry about forgetting what we did with each outlet. We have the 2 walls here. I don't know what Sarah's doing in the laundry area as far as storage. Were you going to do kitchen cabinets in here?
Sarah doesn't know what she's doing either.
So we have options. I can do a couple of countertop height outlets on this wall, a couple countertop height outlets, no big deal. And those would be easy to install because we're not drywalling. It's plywood because it's an exterior wall. I'll just put 2 outlets in, one together, run them up through the ceiling where I've run everything else, and done.
Part of the problem right now is we do not have a automatic ladder. We do have a child though. So part of the problem again is money is running out very quickly. I'm regretting a lot of the things we've done because it probably could have saved money somewhere. We went with stainless steel appliances. And I did that because somebody said right now if you can find a really good deal on stainless steel appliances, you're actually going to pay less for those than you will even maybe white appliances. We bought kitchen cabinets from a local box store that does rebates. So I got a bunch of the money on it back, plus there was another sale. So it was cabinets, they had a 10% sale on them, and then I got another 11% rebate on them. So I ended up saving
A lot.
yeah, can you watch it? Saving 21% on my cabinets. I regret that we're not building a lot of this stuff ourselves. Like, I would have loved if we could have built our cabinets on our own. It's just all the things going on the homestead, and my husband working 50 plus hours a week, and my dad trying to get this done along with all the other things on the homestead that are getting done. The animals we keep bringing in that take up time. All of that stuff means that building our own kitchen cabinets was really not feasible, even though it would have been a lot cheaper. We would have had to have cut trees down, mill the boards, cure them, right? Like they'd have to have dried out, or we would have had to have found dead trees.
We have a neighbor who bought a sawmill and then built his entire house off of lumber that he took down on his own farm. We don't have that option because at the time he was living in another house, he could do that.
Yeah.
So
I'm amazed by people that manage to get this stuff done. If you watch other videos and things.
And they're working full time
and they got kids, and I'm like, how do you do it? Because we can't figure out. And they do it in a good amount of time. Like,
this project has drug on way longer than it should have. It should have been pretty close to being done early this year, and we're probably 6 months behind where we should be.
Yeah, and like I said, part of the problem is there's so much to do. We're doing everything kind of half-assed, excuse my language, instead of doing one thing really well.
Right, and we're trying to stop that.
Yeah.
So we'll have Sarah wants 2 outside lights by this back door. I wholeheartedly agree with that. You cannot light your backyard up enough. That's an easy one. We're going to put an outlet, outside wall outlet, to the left of this door, because then when she gets her deck built outside, she'll always have power at this end of the deck, rather than having to run an extension cord from all the way at the other end. It's possible that this part of the video may be over, because somebody's pitching a fit. So to continue in here, we're now going to put 2 can lights in the ceiling here like we did in the kitchen.
Yep, right up there.
There'll be one approximately here,
Yep. Sorry, you're seeing the...
and then at this end. And we'll keep them 12 inches off of the angle.
It's a hard angle.
They don't necessarily have to be as wide as we can make them in here, because we're lighting up a laundry room. That'll give a nice light to this laundry room.
I don't think we're...
Now we're in the master bedroom, and I've just started running electrical from the electrical box to the bedrooms. Each bedroom and the bathroom are going to be on their own circuit. So I've started running wire down. I was able to come out of the ceiling of the mudroom right through the old roof of this building and run down. So these outlets that are going to be in this bedroom will be on their own circuit. And there will be a ceiling fan as directly in the center of this room as I can get it. There will also be closet lights, and they'll just be the simple pole closet lights. So I've actually got to get the boxes for those. I don't think I have the boxes for those.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to put those in. the ceiling fan and light and the closet lights will be on their own power circuit. There's no reason to have separate circuits to run the 3 small lights. It's complete overkill.
There's not an outlet right there?
Yeah, it's going right.
I'm just pointing to the corner of one of these walls, because our bed is gonna come from this wall that I'm pointing to and shoot out this way.
I think it has to go on this side.
Stands on both sides.
Either on this side or on this side of this.
You can't put it a little further?
I can if you want. I can put it under.
Yeah, because we have such a big bed, I really don't want.
That one has to be there because of the door.
No, I don't. But I probably
Yeah.
sleep on that side of the bed, and I really don't want my
Okay, I'll put it there.
behind the bed.
So, yeah, you'll have
Sorry.
it there. There's one under each window. There's one in the middle where that dresser's gonna go.
Do we want one above?
I can. It's very easy to put one in. It's just to put in another box. And I can put it at any height. I can put it 6 feet up, whatever.
The TV's gonna be back there.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a TV back there, it might not be a bad
So I
idea.
can keep my alarm clock. We still have an old school alarm clock, plugs into the wall, plays music. I plug the alarm clock in there and then plug the TV
Okay.
into the outlet above.
I can do that. I'll add a,
And let me show you. We're talking about, I know it's hard to see things with just studs up. So there's an outlet down there where he is, like right in there. He's gonna add one where he's marking right now. We don't have a small TV or we don't have a big TV for the bedroom. We rarely watch TV in the bedroom. But every once in a while, in Illinois at least, I liked making popcorn, crawling into bed, and watching a little movie or TV and just chilling. I would like to do that again. It would be nice. So,
especially because the little ones can crawl in bed with you now.
yeah.
So that's how the power's going in this room.
The bathroom, again, money's tight. We got that vanity. I don't know if you can see it here. Hold on. That vanity, I think I spent like 50, 75 bucks on it. Nope. Spent 50 or 75 bucks on it, and she was giving away a toilet for free. So we took the toilet too. So I did not pay a lot for those. It's not a fancy vanity, and then we can always paint it if we
Very
need to.
good toilet, $high toilet.
Is it? So we can always paint the vanity and do things, maybe put a new top on it at some point. I was hoping to do that before we moved in, but money doesn't look like we're going to be able to. That might have to come at a later date and time.
And we haven't really touched on it with this being an update video, but the plumbing is all roughed in. Everything in the house is roughed in. We're waiting for a quote from well company because we've got to put a well pump in, and that's going to be pricey. So in the bathroom, what I did, and I may have to move them. I may have to move them now that we've started measuring. We know where the toilet's going to go. We're going to have 2 outlets, one on each side of the vanity, and I think they're in the wrong place. So I got to pull them and move them. And then one outlet at the bottom of this wall on the opposite side from the sink, away from any water source. So if you're vacuuming or if you want to plug something in, plug a phone charger, whatever, you can plug it in on this big wall here. There's going to be a soaker tub. Of course, your toilet's going right here, and then your vanity. And that was one of the reasons the electric's not done in this side of the house, because I wasn't real sure where to put stuff.
Why do you think those outlets are in the wrong spots?
Because I think that's where the vanity's supposed to go, according to where the toilet has to go, and I got to move the outlets over.
The toilet's not going at that angle, by the way.
Oh, it's installed. I used it. So you see what I'm saying? What she said.
These mounts? It looks like the vanity's supposed to scoot over.
The vanity is supposed to go there, but now with the tub and the toilet and keeping enough distance between the tub so you can actually sit down, you have to be careful what you do with this.
Is there gonna be enough room for a little closet there?
Oh yeah. 2 feet. 2 feet's better than no feet. What we'll do is we'll use the melamine closet panels. We'll build a melamine closet here. We'll build the closet here with as to make it as big as possible. And the sink we may be able to move it over a little bit, but we don't know. We may have to move that toilet onto the flange and see.
Because that's 2 feet with, that's not inside space.
No, it'll probably be, that it's almost 25 inches outside space.
Oh, so 2 feet, yeah.
It would be approximately 2 feet.
Yeah. All right.
Approximately 2
And
feet.
keep in mind, our ceilings are very high in these buildings.
10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet. So we'll have a small linen closet in the bathroom, but it's going to be 10 feet tall. Now, I won't be reaching this stuff up there unless I had like a 5-foot ladder.
But it'll be nice to put stuff up there that you don't want little prying hands to get into.
Yep. Or like, the extra sheets can go up there because I can just make my husband get up there once a week and pull them down. You know, things like that, summer beach towels or creek towels can go up there that we only pull down in the summer. Suntan lotion, all that stuff that we only use in the summer. So we will probably be swapping summer stuff and winter stuff back and forth.
And another thing we didn't discuss is a light in this room.
What room? The hallway?
If you close all these doors, are you gonna have a door here?
I don't think so.
Then you can get, I don't think a light here is necessary.
Oh, okay, because I was saying, why don't we just do a small hanging light?
I can't do that. We can do a pendant light in here, so I can put power right there in the center. And it makes no difference.
I think we should.
Okay. I will put the light switch right there then. Okay, now we're in Jack's room now.
So technically then, the light switch for this room, you could put one there, and one here.
Yeah, on this side. I could do a double on this side.
Right down? No, well, stop squiggling. You're a squiggle wiggle.
Because it's one of the things we got to get from the box store. We got to get, I think I need 5 double switch boxes. Okay, so we're in the last room. Well, that didn't go. Oh, there it goes. So we're in the last room now. We're in Jack's room. Jack's room's pretty straightforward also. We're putting a ceiling fan right in the middle. We're putting a small light in the closet. There's an outlet in his closet so you can plug in, you know, the kids are gonna have remote control cars and all kinds of stuff to charge. There's an outlet in his little hallway where his shoe closet is. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more outlets around his bedroom. He will never want for a place to plug stuff in. And that's the whole point, is to be able to, we're doing new construction. Let's make it convenient. And that's what we're trying to do.
Should we be putting in a small outlet right there?
A small light?
Yeah.
Well, his door is here. His door is here and it opens up. That light, there's gonna be plenty. And you can always have a lamp in here on his
I was
desk.
thinking about through that little shelf area right in there.
Yeah.
We have, when you walk in, and
We
you guys-
can.
if you've watched previous videos, you've seen this. When you walk into his room, right here, from here it goes in, it's not big. There's just a little alcove that we're gonna put shelves in. Now where you're standing, where you guys are standing, the door's gonna open. I'm wondering if we should put a little light, just a little light right there.
Yep,
I don't know.
right in the middle of
Are we
that.
putting too many lights in here? Yeah, we're putting too many lights in here. I mean, maybe we don't need it.
We've already gone over our wiring estimate, our wire estimate by an entire roll of wire. 250-foot roll of wire.
Okay, we'll not do it.
So let's see when I start the lights, we'll see where we're going and what we have to get to finish it.
And you'll install you won't have the ceiling fan in though, that doesn't make sense, no, never mind. I was saying, because we can turn the light on, see how we like it, but we won't have a
The
light
only
in
way
here
I'd be
until
able
it's
to
dry
do is I'd only be able to put a temporary light bulb up there and see how we
Yeah.
get things up at night.
Yeah.
Which we will do when we start drywalling.
Yeah.
We'll put temporary lights on. So that's it. That's today's update.
So plumbing's done.
Plumbing is all roughed in.
Yeah.
It just needs to be hooked to the well.
We still gotta do septic.
Living room and kitchen is about 90% wired.
I don't
Not, yeah, 90%, 95%.
hold on.
Plumbing is 100% roughed in. We still have to do sewer, septic, and we still have to do hooking up the plumbing from the well to the house. And now that we have electric, we could actually have running water in here if we could get that hooked up. So that might be something that becomes a priority. It hasn't been yet. It will be a priority when we start drywalling because you gotta mix mud and clean up and do things like that. So that's that. The electric in the kitchen and living room is about 95%. I got 90%, 80%. It's partially done. I have outside lights to put up, and I have the inside fixture in the living room to do.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's hard, we keep saying that we're close to being done, but we're really not close to being done, but we are. The plan is to be in this by Christmas. As of this date, it is September 25th. And I have said, even if this house does not have a toilet, we are moving in by Christmas. If we have to dig a hole and build a tiny little outhouse outside, we're gonna be in here by Christmas.
I'm the one that's gonna be building the septic system, so it is my goal to have them in here with a good septic system.
Yeah.
The issue I have is equipment. My equipment keeps breaking down, so my dozer right now, which I'm gonna have to push trees out with to build their field, is broke again. So, or broke still. So we're waiting for that. That's pretty much it. We're getting to the point now, we do have a spray and insulation guy coming this week to give us an estimate on ceiling and under the floor. If he gives us that estimate and it comes in cheaper to do the walls, then we're gonna talk about doing the walls. But there's some debate on whether it's not a good idea. So, I don't know yet.
And the ceiling has to be done.
The ceiling has to be done for moisture.
There's no moisture barrier between the metal and the plywood.
And it will sweat and rot the plywood and drip in on the drywall if we don't use spray and insulation and seal that roof.
So if you have one of these tiny buildings built, make sure you discuss that with whoever's building it, whatever company you go with. I had them moisture barrier around the outside before they put the siding on. And I didn't even think of the ceiling, and they didn't say anything. They didn't go, oh, you're putting it around the side of the building, do you want it on your roof too?
And they
They
didn't,
can
and
do
they
that.
should have. It is, but it is what
And
it
I
is.
wasn't aware of it, so if you ever do one of these buildings like this and you plan on living in it, make sure everything has that moisture barrier, the roof, the walls, like you would normally do in a house.
And because right now, it's only, what, 75 degrees outside? It's 85 in here because we turned the air conditioner off, because the roof is black. And that sun hits on that roof in the summertime and just heats this place up. So it's gonna have to be air conditioned in the summertime, and of course you have to heat it in the winter. So you're always gonna have a temperature difference inside this house, from inside to outside. And we're trying to stop any problems with moisture. So all the windows are in, the sliding glass door is in. We have to change the front door and the back door because, of course, when they build these sheds, they put shed doors in, and we're putting in actual security entry doors, steel entry doors with deadbolts to make sure that it's safe. And that's it. I think that's our entire update for today. If you like what you see, come see Growing Home Acres on YouTube,
Like, share, subscribe.
and have a blessed day.
Bye, see you later. You just, oh,
What do you say?
pee? Is he leaking? Smell it. Does it smell like pee?
No, look at him standing here.
He could have spilled it in the car, and I not noticed it, but I carried him in. He's peeing. He's gotta be.
Okay.
It's all up his back though. Is there a poo in his?
No. We'll edit that part out.
Or we won't. We'll see.